So welcome to this tutorial of how to use audios for my textbooks. We will take half an hour to just shortly summarize what eScroll is and can do for you, and then show a live demonstration how to use audios for your textbooks. eScroll, to put it short, interweaves your book content with digital exercises. It's a teaching and learning guide for the whole school year in the form of an entertaining quiz app that ensures long-term learning success. That's what eScroll is if you would describe it in one sentence. With eScroll, learning becomes a success because we focus on two people groups. On the one hand, on teachers, they like to use it because they save time, it's efficient for them. And students like to learn with eScroll because it's entertaining with our gamification and blended learning models. eScroll is available offline, so you can use it everywhere, anytime you want. You don't need any Wi-Fi or internet connection. eScroll can do a lot for students. You have the ebook always with you. You can match yourself with classmates. You can raise your hand digitally, or you get long-term achievements. So, you can learn on your own pace, and it's also available offline. Also, hello to our new listener. We just started. I'm just wrapping up what eScroll is in 2-3 minutes, and then we'll go into a live demonstration. So what can eScroll do for teachers? It has learning analytics, automatic evaluation of homework. You can communicate with your students if they have questions, but you can also print out worksheets or create your own quizzes or tests. All of that is available on smartphone, tablet, and on the web. Also on old devices, anywhere you want to use it, you can use it. And so now I'm already getting into the audios. So there are 8 different question types with eScroll. There are closes, match the pairs, multiple choice questions, open questions, and so on. So to all of these question types, you can use audio files. And you can use them in quite a variety of ways. But you can not only add audio files to every question, you can also add explainer videos and also mathematical formulae, and you can combine all those in one question. So what kinds of audios are there to be used with eScroll? On the one hand, it's good for listening comprehensions, for languages, for example, where you hear part of the language or of a situation that people talk, and then you need to understand and clarify what the people were talking about. You can use it for spelling tests, to complete sentences, for example, that are read to you. But you cannot only use it for languages, you can also use it for musical education, for example, for symphonies, to hear tones or to hear chords, to hear intervals and see, okay, what did you just hear, what song was it, or what chord has been being played, what instrument did you hear, and so on. And of course, you can also use it, for example, for animal sounds in biology, or any other situation, any other part of the world, you can hear some sound and you need to know where you are. We do these audios with quite an important limitation, so to say. The limitation is the duration per question is recommended to 30 seconds, but it's possible to make 60 seconds long audios for one question. The reason behind this, if you think about very successful apps like TikTok, for example, the videos you watch on TikTok are also limited to now 60 seconds. It was even shorter before. The reason behind this, to keep people engaged in the app, to not have them lost in long videos, but to have them keeping engaged in interesting short videos and to watch one after the other. And that works very, very successfully. Same thing is true for Twitter, for example, where the essence of Twitter is that you can't just have short tweets. They are limited to 140, 150 characters, I think. Then it was also enlarged to a little bit more characters, but still there is this limit. You cannot write novels or really long posts on Twitter. You need to be concise, and this is what makes the essence of Twitter, and this is why it works. And we're just taking this inspiration also into the eScroll app to make it a really engaging platform where you can just have these short audios, but a lot of them. And on the other hand, this does not limit yourself in any way. Actually, it does not make you create only very easy exercises, because still you can have 10 questions in one quest. And if you have, for example, have a listening comprehension that typically takes 3, 4, or 5 minutes, let's say 3 minutes for the start, you can dissect them into 3 60-second intervals, or you can even have 6 sequences out of these 3 minutes and put 30 seconds into every question from question number 1 to 6. Then you got through all the listening comprehension. For every question, you have a question or to that what you just heard. And then in question 7 to 10, you can still ask question about the whole conversation you just heard, and further onward questions for that. So you don't lose anything. Also for 5-minute listening comprehension, it's also possible, of course, to make this with 5 or 10 questions if you just cut it correctly. If you were to put your audios into the app and you just have your long listening comprehensions that you have on a CD, for example, on a book, that's no problem at all. Just contact us and we can help you to cut them into meaningful pieces to put them together in one eScroll quest. These audios are necessary or can be necessary to answer a question. So they are also available offline. This is what's very important for us, as I already mentioned before. You can learn with eScroll completely offline for audios, because it's then quite a large amount of data being downloaded. If a course is full of audios, it works like that every time you open a quest for the first time in a course, the audios are downloaded then and on demand. So you just need internet connection once you open the quest the first time, and then you can train with eScroll with the audios all the time and anytime, everywhere you want. So let's get into it. Let's have a look at our live demo. So at first, I will show you how audios are already implemented with eScroll, and then you will see how you can create these questions yourself. Let's get started with the right-hand side of my screen. You see a screen share of my eScroll app. You see there are quite a lot of courses already in there. And I'd like to show you this one that's called Génial, je parle français. So we will have a French example here, but of course it can be used for any languages. It doesn't matter at all. Here you see different quests, and you see the quest Écoute. It's on the right-hand side on the screen. You see also the audio symbol here, so you know exactly when there is where there is audio in your quests, so that before you take the quest and you are in the subway, for example, or you're in the bus or in the classroom, you know beforehand, okay, I have to listen to audio here. Perhaps it's not the right spot. Perhaps I should do it later. Perhaps I should use earphones, and so on. So you know that beforehand, and then when you open the quest, you can listen to the audio. In order to make it so that you can hear it, plug myself like that, and you can now just listen to the audio for some seconds.
Ma meilleure amie s'appelle Kimlan. Elle a 14 ans et aura 15 ans le 17 décembre prochain. Kimlan est brune et a de beaux yeux verts. Elle est ni grande ni petite et a un teint pâle, avec des taches de rousseur.
Okay, so now just having, for all those who speak French, you have now two answers, two possible answers. And there was just a girl talking about herself, and either she is 15 years old or she's elle est de taille moyenne. With, for example, we take this one, and okay, that was correct, for example. And then you get the next part of the conversation, one per one. You get up to 8, 9 different bits of the conversation, just to go through it in one conversation.
Kimlan est gentil.
You can also scroll, you can listen to things again. So it really helps you to concentrate on the language that is spoken, something that is not so easy with other means. You have here this 30 to 60 seconds. You can listen to them and yeah, repeat it, listen to it as often as you like to really train it and be able to answer the question. And then after having heard the sequence of this discussion where Kim Lan talks about herself more and more, then you get a final question about all of the content you've just heard. So that's an example of how to use audio. And the first thing I would like to show to you is how to create this first question yourself. So have a look at the left-hand side of my screen. Switching it to English right now. And here I prepared the course for you, how to use audios for my textbooks. In this course, there's already one chapter. It's called Chapter with Audio, and there is a quest already inside of it, just a quest with audio. And we will get into our first question here. So the first thing to notice is you have up to 10 questions in your quest. You can choose a question format. Let's start with the simplest one, multiple choice. And here you have the question audio. So here you can just upload the audio. You see, okay, 30 seconds is recommended. As I said before, 60 seconds is possible. And just to reiterate, if you need any help for that, if you want to do this for your book, don't hesitate to contact us. We will be very happy to help you. So here I have some of these listenings prepared. So I'll just take that one, put it here, and you see, okay, that's just even 40 seconds. You can also listen to it, and you could also download it, for example, to save it later on again somewhere else on another computer. So you have the audio here. And now let's just write the question text. It's answer the or choose the correct sentences. And then here for the answers, we put in just the first answer, for example, and then the second answer, and then we just choose the right answer. At the end, we can put in the difficulty, 1, 2, or 3 acorns. Let's say, oh, okay, it might be 2 acorns worth. Now, how can we look at this and how can we see how this looks on our smartphone? We go just back to how to use to this course. And then here you see, okay, I can make a preview. And if you make a preview, it just takes some seconds. You see here, you get this course, how to use audios from my textbooks. So, loading it again. And you see, okay, we have a quest with audio. There's the audio symbol, and you start it. And this is just the questions, how we just made it now.
Ma meilleure amie s'appelle Kimlan.
And the nice thing is that it's so fast. It just took us, I don't know, 2 minutes, and we created a question on my desktop computer, and just with the click of a button, you see it on your smartphone. And that's really a nice thing that you just don't need a lot of time. You can try this out very, very fast and very quickly on your smartphone. So let's talk about, or let's see some other possibilities you could use for having audios in your question. So one thing, of course, is to listen to something and then to decide, okay, what was the content about. But you can also use audios for, let's say, simpler things, for example, just for spelling contests, for example, or just for spelling words. So imagine you upload an audio here. It's just now for the demonstration purposes, it doesn't really matter which one. And for example, it could say this sentence here. It could say, elle est de taille moyenne. And we would need to, the student would need to reconstruct what has just been said. So very easy, very meaningful listening exercises. So here, for example, you can say, you can put in these phrases one after the other. Elle est de taille moyenne. And with a full stop at the end. And then you can also put in additional incorrect answers. For example, elle means she, and we can put in il, so he, for example. And we can, again, have a look how this looks like. Of course, a preview is then just being replaced. And we will see the new preview. So wait a second. We'll just be there shortly. Just refresh the course and we're in. So first question is the question we had before. And second question, you would listen to what is being said and then you can create the sentence by yourself. Elle est de taille moyenne with the full stop at the end. For example, you can also exchange it if you're not sure, if you think this might be correct or this might be correct. So this is one possibility. And another possibility is just really to have words be spoken to you. For example, if you want to test how to spell strawberries in French, that would be fraise. So the question could be, okay, what do you hear? And we say it's the, as an in, as an article, and we have here, you spell it like this. You can put in every letter one after the other by itself. And you can also put in different or letters that are not correct if you think strawberries, fraise in French is written with a V, or put in a Y or some other distractors. And then to make it even prettier, you can use here as an image, you can put in a picture of strawberries, for example. Like you see it here, you have the picture, you have the audio. You could even also add an explainer video, and you can also, of course, add a question text here. Yeah, and then let's have a look how this looks in the picture or in the app, in the Quest. Just make a new preview and refresh, and then you automatically saw it changed from 3 to 4 acorns that you can collect, and then this is how this question would look like. So you hear it, you have the audio for it, and then you can say, okay, that's strawberries. You write it like this. So all of that is possible. It's just some ideas to get you started of how to use audios with eScroll. This, what I just did, everybody can do this. You don't need any special account. You don't need to be a publisher. Anybody can just sign up with on the eScroll platform and go to the author's tool. Normally, when you get on eScroll on the platform, you start as a teacher, but you can just simply go to the author's tool. You create your table of contents, you create your chapters, your quests, and then you see the you see the preview of it, and then you can share this with your students. That's also completely for free. You can share this with your own students, but if you want to have this on the platform, then just talk to us and we will quality check it, and then you can put it on the platform as well. Okay, so to wrap it up, eScroll has multiple educational scenarios. You can use it to practice or repeat during class, but also use it for self-sufficient learning and also for homework to practice or repeat at home. You can use it for replacement lessons, for individualization. You can use it for class participation, also use it as a grading companion. You use it for self-sufficient learning, as I said before, but also for tests, for quizzes, to really measure the learning progress of the students. Additionally to that, you also see learning analytics for the entire class, so you can really see where your students are already good and where they still need some help. Here are some of our partners. You see a lot of Austrian textbook publishers. We just to name a few, we have Weber Verlag, for example. We have the Austrian Red Cross. We have the Wi-Fi, for example, as one of our partners, E.ON Telekom Austria, and so on. eScroll just received quite a few awards and distinctions. We're just very happy to be finalists of the Startup World Cup Austria in the category of Future of Work and EdTech, and we also won the Go Silicon Valley initiative just this May, and of course are recommended by quite a lot of ministries of education in Austria and in Germany. Just to summarize to your takeaways, eScroll is a complete digital solution. It's ready to use right now. You don't need to wait for any tablet or laptop initiatives. It's something that's proven to work for teachers and for students alike. You don't need to take the hassle of creating your own platform and then having the risk of not really addressing the market's needs. eScroll is available offline, GDPR compliant, so everything you need is in the platform already. And it works with audios for all fields, no matter if it's English, Spanish, or French. If you have tones or chords or symphonies for musical education, if you use it for chirping birds in biology, you can use audio with eScroll very easily and efficiently. As just a nice treat for any new customers, we can offer you 10% welcome bonus for the eScroll Publish. And this week, for the Digital Education Week, there is a special additional bonus for every eScroll customer. If you complete one of the eScroll quests until Friday, until the end of our educational week, you still get a 10% additional bonus off. So thanks for your attention, and I'd be very happy to digitally enhance your books together with you. If there are any questions,